How would it be if you guys were a couple? That's today's topic for today's pick a card reading. I hope you guys are having a wonderful time and a wonderful day thus far. If not, I hope this entertains you. Hi everyone, I'm Sunny, and I have 3 piles you guys can choose from left to right. I have pile 1, 2, and 3. You're more than welcome to pause the video if you feel you need more time to contemplate on the specific question. Otherwise, skip to the timestamp in the description. So I will start with the first one. Remember, for each pile, I like to put the specific person you're thinking about on the left side, and you would be on the right side. The middle is more or less the filling. So pile number 1, you guys have the 6 of Wands reverse. Good. I hate sometimes that they're so slippery, but I love mini cards. I wouldn't change them for anything. One, I have small hands and they kind of just fit. So your next card is the Knight of Wands reverse. And I'm just gonna center these with there. And the last card is the Judgment upright. So whatever specific person you're thinking about, pile 1, the specific person is on the left, you would be on the right. So pile number 1, I think you would very much be a very complimentary. Well, it's interesting because compliments are a big factor in this relationship. I don't know whether you would consider it a good thing or a bad thing because 1 is reversed, 1 is upright. So yes, the filling is in the middle, but more or less the idea is that this person has either low confidence with the 6 of Wands reverse. They're not being celebrated the way they wanted it, or they didn't receive what they wanted, the gratification of being maybe the grand prize or being successful or something around those lines, and you do have that. It's like, I wonder if there's envy, maybe possibly jealousy, but it's more like, imagine someone being successful. Doesn't have to be like they had difficulty or they could have had it easily, but someone successful, someone achieved grandiosity, and then the other person tried to achieve the same success, but they didn't get it either the same way or just with how you acquired it. It's very interesting. And sure, compliments could be, maybe someone's beautiful and one's not that great, like great looking. It could be simple as that. It could be other things, but it more or less the moral or just the theme of it is there, right? So whether this person, are you the person, like, I don't know whether you purposely do this the Knight of Wands reverse. Someone came charging. I feel like maybe this person would charge at you and pick at you like, oh, like, stop doing that. Like, trying to maybe dim your light, trying to send out that message, and it would be unsuccessful. Or you could be the one that inadvertently, I don't know if I'm saying that word correctly, but inadvertently ends up picking at this person's ego because you're great, you're fantastic. And that's not me like being, yeah, you're an amazing person, but more so your arena, like whatever you're focusing on, you're receiving praise, appraisals, you're receiving like backing up, like people support you, people like you. This person did not receive that. It's maybe 2 sides of the same coin, but very different results. But yeah, I feel like this person maybe just kind of envies you a bit. I don't know why. I feel like this person, they want to, I feel like they want to hit like below the belt. It's like, oh, okay, you're great. That's great. That's fantastic. But I don't know why, like, it's a strange, I don't know why I think of like, how would a relationship be with this person that would be like that? Why would it be like that? It's just, why is there so much, it's like passive aggressiveness. It feels like that. Because the Knight of Wands would be someone who takes charge, but they're direct and forward. They're not gonna sugarcoat things, and it feels like it's like internalized. It feels like it was building up. It's like bitterness, saltiness. It feels like there's like unresolved issues, and this person's taking it out on you, or tries to kind of humiliate you, but it's unsuccessful, and it ends up backfiring, and this person ends up being humiliated. But that's more or less what it feels like with this connection. It feels like this person wouldn't. Sorry, that's my little Ellie. This person feels like, I don't know why. It just feels like snappy. This person would take some jabs, but truthfully, you stand out a lot, like in a good way. I feel like maybe you're a lawyer. Sorry, water break. Maybe you're a lawyer, and this person tried to do the same thing, but they're unsuccessful, and you don't have issues like coming up with clients or having clients being grateful for your work, things like that. It's like, imagine you just being loved and cherished by the people that you have built relationships with, and this person's kind of envious of that, or like maybe it's not so direct, but they're just kind of like simmering in their pity party kind of thing. I don't know why. It's just, I don't feel this relationship's that great, and I think you would kind of have to feed this person compliments for them to feel, for this card to be upright, right? So it feels like you'd have to kind of like, no, you're great, you're doing great, like continue doing this, like feed their ego. I think you would kind of have to feed them a lot for them to kind of chill and not be so, it just feels like they're directing their wands at you. Like, it really does feel like these two cards are going at this Judgment card, but the Judgment card kind of stands out. Just like very pacifist, very like calming energy, but they are loved. And I think this person is not loved the way this Judgment card is at, So that's what I have for pile number 1. That's more or less, I didn't think the reading would go this way, but I guess sometimes the reading kind of does its own interpretation, right? So thank you, pile 1. The next one, pile number 2, what would a relationship be, is pile number 2. The left side is the person you're thinking about, and the right side would be you. The middle is the feeling. So the Knight of Cups is your first card, upright. The next card is the Knight of Swords, upright, followed by the last card, which is Queen of Pentacles, reverse. So what kind of relationship would it be like? What would a relationship be? I can't even. Why am I stuck? I kept thinking about the Knight of Swords with this. I'm like, that speech communication is gonna be kind of a thing here. So with you, pile number 2, more or less a relationship with this person, how it would be like. I think this person would kind of want to approach you, offer you their cup. Sorry, water break. And I don't think my throat's very scratchy, but I feel like it's starting to hurt. I do think this person would kind of reach out, maybe send you a message, and try to kind of feel it out, and kind of give a proposal of like, hey, let's hang out, let's meet up. Like I think they would want to do something where they can make you feel comfortable, but still kind of keep it casual. I do think they are someone that is kind of they're charming in their way, where they're very natural in the way they communicate or the way they approach the situation. But they are hoping to build a connection, right? And the Queen of Pentacles reverse, you would be the kind of person who you would be very giving of your time and money and effort, and that's not a bad thing. I think the Knight, like an earthy card and a watery card, go great. Because they go kind of like nurture each other, like hand in hand. I don't think there's like, you don't try to one up each other. It just feels like you guys kind of try to, it's like planting a seed and wanting to, have it grow into fruition for something to, like a crop, right? For for its use. So it feels like you guys would kind of cultivate that relationship or that connection. That's what a relationship would be like. And the Knight of Swords upright, it feels like, I don't know why I think you're the one that's going to charge ahead. Like, yes. Like the Knight of Cups is like, hey, are you interested? And you're like, yeah, sure, let's hang out. Like, it feels like you're very direct. Or at least it will be a very direct contact. Like the way I'm saying it will be more likely you because of the direction I keep thinking of. The Knight of Swords is heading down to the Knight of Cups. So it feels like you could possibly be the one who's eager to talk, because I think you could harbor some feelings for this person, and this person more than likely does harbor feelings for you. So it feels like very mutual beneficial, like I wanted to say a mutual beneficial connection, and I think I could be correct. Not mutable, mutual, but yeah, that sounds right. Sorry, sometimes I get nervous when I speak. I think you can tell from time to time in my readings. But yeah, I definitely think it feels like maybe a youthful, not so young, but it feels like energetic. It feels like an energetic connection between you both, where it's like, yeah, let's do this. Let's go over here. Oh, let's meet up for brunch. Or like, hey, after work, do you want to hang out? Like, it feels kind of like that, where you kind of try to communicate your feelings and convey that. It does feel like you're someone that would possibly be open and interested with this Queen of Pentacles reverse. It could be also that you're someone that second guesses yourself. I think you might be a little bit more introspective, but it does feel like you can guess. I can't say it. Why can't I say it? You can get second. I'm sorry, pile 2. I sometimes when I get too excited, like, or nervous, I tend to speed up. So I apologize. I tend to, yeah, you get it. You could be a little bit more introverted. Sorry, I heard a noise and I was hoping that my dog wasn't messing around with something he wasn't supposed to. But yeah, I do think that you're a little bit more introspective, introverted. You could also want to, I just think that you will kind of want to speed up the pace of how you guys talk. I think you're just eager to talk to this person, eager to get to know this person, because I genuinely think you're interested. With this Queen of Pentacles reverse, it's like, no, I don't want to be patient. I don't want to like take my time. I just want to go head on, and like I've waited. I feel like you've waited long enough for this connection to happen. I feel like maybe you've liked this person for quite, not like a childhood crush, but like a long time. Like you've known each other, or you've like run around in each other's circles, and it feels like this connection would work great, where like you guys would take charge. You guys would have very stimulating conversations because you guys are very interested in each other. Like, how could you not show interest in communicating with someone that you kind of have, that attraction with, right? I do think you could be very witty and like sassy. Maybe these conversations are sassy, like haha, very tongue-in-cheek. Okay, I had to take a sip of water again. So I do think they're like cheeky conversations, but I think you'll like it. I think that you're very, I think you, I don't necessarily think you would wear your heart on your sleeve all the way, but you're very much like handing, it feels like you're handing out like that sweet pentacle, like, yeah, like take my hand and like we'll go on a magic carpet ride. No SEXUAO, pun intended, but I'm trying, like, it feels like Aladdin and Jasmine, right, where it's like, I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid, kind of thing. But yeah, I do think this person is someone who's very in touch with his emotions, or her emotions, and I think you're very in touch with being stable, but you kind of want to open the gates of like, look, I've been stable for a while, but I feel like I'm playing it too safe, and I want to get to know and discover a new connection. It feels like that way, and this person's ready to expand their emotional space and share that with somebody else. And I think this is a very sweet possibility. Should you be a little bit more direct, But yeah, this connection seems great. I feel like I might have spent a little more time on this one than the first pile, but I do think that this pile, sorry, I do think this pile is very interested, very eager to approach each other and talk. So that's more or less how that relationship would go, pile number 2. Next, I have pile 3. You guys have, remember, well, the left side is the person you're thinking about, the middle is the feeling, and more or less the right side is you. So 3 of Swords upright, the Hermit upright, Ace of Wands reverse. So what kind of relationship would this be? Well, sorry for the noise. Either this person's coming from a place of being heartbroken, like they suffered, I don't know, what is it, me or is it today? I have them crooked all the time. Either this person's coming from a place where they were heartbroken, they're disappointed, or they just lack that love because they haven't had that in quite some time. I feel like they were betrayed in some way. They were definitely hurt. They're trying to stitch up that heart again. And the feeling, the Hermit, it feels like the connection would kind of be like, is there distance, or are you guys kind of in your own space? It feels like you guys are both introverted people, but like communicating, but like in secret or behind prying eyes, if any. Sorry. Got my throat itching. It could be also that you guys are more mature or very wise, very knowledgeable people, but when it comes to social interactions, you guys are kind of weird and awkward, and that's all right. But it feels like you guys have been out of touch with each other, maybe like connections, like socially, for most of the time. You guys could be maybe workaholics, or you're someone that doesn't focus so much on people, like both of you, and more or less that could be why it's weird at first. Doesn't mean it's gonna be weird forever, but it feels like that. Or you guys could be very interested in or you guys could be very interested in like searching for different philosophies of life, being interested in researching. I think you guys could be very like big on being bookworms. Maybe you guys could be big readers, but it does feel like you guys kind of have this more secretive tone, more calm, collected, mature tone to how you guys approach each other. But it does feel like, I think you guys haven't had maybe that much experience in a long time to, or at least with each other, to feel comfortable like being like buddy or like being not open, but how can I say, too close for comfort, right? Something around those lines. But the Ace of Wands reverse, I also feel like you have lost a bit of that fire within. I think you're very like maybe a little bit lost, or in this connection, or with yourself. It could be that. You can also be someone who keeps that privately, or you just don't have that much motivation to kind of go forth. You could be kind of like dragging your feet maybe possibly to this connection, but it does feel like there is possibly a spark, but it's a spark that has to have a lot of effort. It's like pushing and pulling someone who's out of their element because they have been out of the game for quite a while, or they have been focusing on something else, and suddenly it's like, oh, I'm interested in these things, but I just don't know where to start, and I don't know how to do it. Like, it just feels like communicating with someone that you're interested in, it's going to be difficult for some of you. And the same goes for this other person. That's how this relationship would be like. Of course, take what resonates, but I also feel that maybe you might struggle to find that inner fire with each other. It's like maybe because this person is heartbroken, it kind of stifles that, that fire. So you're like treading carefully not to hurt this person because you're trying to gain their trust, but you also have like your own desires, so it could be conflicting. I also think like maybe this person's more like I don't want to say brainy, but this person's more like, what is it? Sapial, XUAL, right? I don't want to say the word. Sometimes those algorithm trigger words don't push the videos when you say certain words like that, like risque words. And I'm like, no. But you get what I'm trying to say. It wouldn't matter if it was a bigger channel, but yeah, smaller channels, I'm like, I have to try harder to not use like those trigger words that are sensitive. But yeah, I think this person could be a little bit more stimulated with intellectual like conversations, like that would get them going, and you would be like, well, I need that I need that physical touch. I need to, feel that connection. So it feels like you guys could also have very different forms of loving each other. Of course, understanding each other is going to be something, and exploring that with this Hermit card could be something that you could explore in this connection. But I do feel this person's coming from heartbreak. This person's going to have to tend to their wounds, learn to trust, learn to care, learn to explore what, explore what this connection has to offer. And you would have to kind of be patient with this person, but you could have that though. This Ace of Wands is reversed, so this isn't so much like fast and pushy. It feels more like you're understanding and patient with this person because you do show interest, but you're also kind of like navigating uncharted territory because you've never maybe had to deal with this person, or you just never had to deal with issues that this person has to deal with. But you're more than willing to put in the effort. But it does feel like you're the one that's gonna go to them to try to approach them because they're very weary of who they end up showing affection to because they've been hurt a lot, they've been played. So that's what it feels like. That's more or less the relationship, how it would go about. So thank you, pile number 3, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. So bye bye everybody, have a good day.